Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jack Womack, Board President of JDRF Georgia Chapter.
Thank you. It's my table being loud and rude. But. Good evening. Thanks for being here. First, let me express my sincere thanks to Kathy, Bruce, Carolina, and Tom for chairing this incredible gala. Thank you very much. My wife Kathy and I are here tonight first and foremost for our son Carson, who was hit with T1D some 17 years ago, and my brother Joe, who died from T1D in 2000. Like all of you, we want this disease to be cured tomorrow or as quickly as possible. In my position as board president, I'm honored to be here to help recognize the 2017 recipients of the Barbara and Duke Roos Living and Giving Award. Living and Giving Award was established to recognize extraordinary individuals who have been impacted by type 1 diabetes and have made major efforts to make daily life better for those living with T1D. 12 years ago, the very first recipients of this award were Barbara and Duke Roos, who paid the ultimate sacrifice when their daughter, Debbie, passed away from complications of type 1 diabetes. 2 years ago, the JDRF board appropriately renamed this award in honor of Barbara and Duke. Okay, before we go any further, let's congratulate all past recipients of this award whose names appear on the screen, like right now. If you're here tonight, will you please stand and be recognized? See the names coming very slowly. There they are. And now to present this year's award, please welcome to the stage Barbara and Duke Roos.
Thank you. Duke and I are so pleased to recognize Donna and Andy Cash for more than a decade of service to JDRF. They were first introduced to us when their oldest son, Gavin, was diagnosed with type 1 at the age of 3. They immediately jumped in and did everything within their power to impact this disease. Unfortunately, their second son, Liam, was also diagnosed in 2011. What a double whammy. Donna and Andy have contributed and raised significant funds for type 1 research. They have volunteered with Camp Kudzu. They have mentored other families. They have led a very successful walk team. Donna and Andy co-chaired the 2012 Hope Gala, setting a new fundraising record that year. Andy served as Georgia Chapter Board President from 2013 to 2015. Now, for more on this dynamic duo, please turn your attention to the video screens.
Cashes are an extremely passionate family.
They are that sincere and they are that respected and loved in this community.
The Cash family, they're just a blast to be around.
They're the ultimate passionate family when it comes to JDRF.
They make what was a really difficult diagnosis bearable.
You are the best example that there can be, showing them that we are fighting for our children and fighting for a cure.
When I first met the Cashes, my impression was that they were just full of energy and very positive, regardless of their child's diagnosis. And they gave me inspiration, really.
You always know when you have a really special family on hand, and they were ones that came with a smile for sure.
Andy and Donna and the boys were dealt a tougher hand than most people in this room. And we all watched them play that hand with the grace and the courage and the humor that we've all come to know and love in them.
Our boys, Gavin and Liam, have really done great. As most of you know in this room, diabetes is kind of a silent disease that you can't really see. That kind of works inside of them. And they're really strong boys, and you know, our mantra has always been, and still is, that they are normal, and we try to provide a lifestyle that doesn't let diabetes come in and make them feel any differently than their friends.
It is a struggle, I want to be honest. I mean, although it's better now than it was 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, it is a daily struggle. It is every hour of every day, and you know, it's rare to get a full night's sleep for either one of us. And both boys, although they handle it admirably and courageously, it's a difficult disease to manage. It still is.
Treating my type 1 diabetes has gotten easier because of the new advancements in technology because of JDRF.
If the Cash family were not part of JDRF, we would have a good ways to climb. Their involvement in the community, their involvement with getting people engaged has really been off the chart for the last any number of years.
The Cash family has spent countless hours and time and energy and support and love to the JDRF family. I don't know what JDRF Atlanta would be like without them.
If Andy and Donna were sitting here right now, I'd love to tell them that I admire both of you for what you've done for JDRF, for the cause, for your children, for inspiring other people to get involved with this charity, for the difference that you make.
What I love about JDRF is that they give us the gift of hope. And that gift is very special to our family.
JDRF has done a lot for me and my family during the past couple years, and I just want to say thank you.
JDRF is honestly like a family to us. I mean, some of our best friends we have, lifelong friends, because of JDRF. There's something about, there's a bond with other parents who are raising type 1 children that it might not always be spoken. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but it's always there. Even with families that we're newly introduced to, there's kind of an immediate bond.
I would describe the Cash family as generous and passionate about things in which they believe, and passionate about their loyalty and their relationships with those with whom they're in community.
Andy and Donna have done a tremendous amount for JDRF, and I would like to thank them for all the time and energy and hard work that they've put into this.
Andy and Donna, when we do find a cure, I know exactly where we want to be. We want to be raising a glass in celebration with you guys.
JDRF means for me is the relationships with the people, and the support and the love that I give and I receive from all our friends. So we're very thankful.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome, congratulate, and thank Donna and Andy Cash.
this, I mean.
I wasn't expecting the medal. Donna and I are just honestly overwhelmed. When JDRF called us about potentially getting this incredible honor, we thought about it, and we thought, frankly, of all the families that are as deserving or more deserving than we are. We struggled with it a little bit, but ultimately embraced it because we love this organization so much, and it's such an honor to receive the award that's named after Duke and Barbara Roos. I was telling Duke and Barbara that tonight, that I will take this honor with their name on it to my grave, and it'll always mean a lot. It really will. As well as all the prior recipients, we're well aware that we are following in very large footsteps, and all of the prior recipients that are, some of whom are in the audience, but everyone that was on the screen earlier really paved the way for families like ours, inspired our family and our friends to do more, to push, to do as much as we can, to not give up. So I want to thank the Rooses first and foremost. We're indebted to them, as well as all the prior recipients. So another. I have said probably 1,000 times that this event is probably my favorite night of the year. If you've heard this, just bear with me. But it kind of combines everything that I love, which is you come to a place, you have a good time, you are in a room that feels comfortable, you feel safe. There are tons of friends, new and old, that you immediately bond with, as I think I mentioned in that video. Once you have type 1 diabetes in your family, certainly with your children, you forever have a bond with similarly situated families. Even if you just meet them on the evening of the gala, there is an immediate bond. And so it's always been really special for us to come here with so many new and old friends, and it's been fun. But it's also been heavy, which is what I always also like. I think at our first few galas, I couldn't survive the Fundacure speech without leaving the room to go cry privately. But I love the event because we're here for our kids, we're here to make a difference, and the Fundacure portion has always been my favorite part of the night. It has. It's where we all push a little bit harder, to give a little bit more, to make a meaningful difference. Donna and I have had this conversation on multiple Sundays following the gala that, wow, I can't believe we gave that much last night. and we've never once regretted it. Never once regretted it. It is a hard disease. I'm not going to redo the speech I gave 5 years ago when I stood here about what our family, and particularly our boys, more than anything, have been through and go through. But there is a silver lining, and the silver lining for us, and it's a very, very big silver lining. The silver lining is all the friends that we've made, the Klumaks, the Cans, the Probsts, the Abises, the Eckerts, Chris Bagwell. The list goes on and on and on. I could be up here all night identifying every single friend in this room. And those are meaningful relationships that will last a lifetime. And that is a huge silver lining for us. I've always felt like as much as we may have given to JDRF over the years, we get multiples of that back in return as a family, and always have and always will. The other silver lining is Bruce Bodie. I would never want to meet Bruce because I have a type 1 child. But boy, if those are the cards that are dealt, and they were for us, then we just couldn't have ended up in a better place with Dr. Bodie. He's not only our boy's doctor, but he is really, honestly, one of my best friends in the world, and like Uncle Bruce to our children. And he's like a member of our family, and we think the world of him, and that's something that we don't take for granted. I want to thank our friends that are here tonight at our tables and elsewhere in this room that come year after year and give incredible amounts of money to this charity that means so much to us for our children. They don't have a direct connection, as Bruce mentioned, yet they come and they give and they give and they give. And I just can't tell all of you how much it means to us to have you here and have the support. When Gavin was diagnosed 13 years ago this July 9th of 2004, Donna and I felt alone, and it was a very, very hard time, and we put our heads down, and it was painful, and it was difficult, and we felt alone. When Liam was diagnosed back in 2011, I'm on the phone with Dr. Bodie inside of minutes. I'm getting calls from all our friends that I've just mentioned and others, all within hours and throughout the next days and weeks, and we weren't alone. And that, to me, is what JDRF is. We're not alone in this. We're all together fighting the same fight, and that's the ultimate silver lining for us. And we're also making a huge difference. We really are. The money's important, but it's only as important as the result we're getting. And we're getting a huge result. And I can tell you firsthand that over the 13 years that we've lived with type 1 as a family, the advances have been remarkable. From smaller amounts of blood to more reliable glucose monitoring, to better insulin, to smaller sites, less invasive sites. But as Bruce pointed out, Liam is on the closed loop in a clinical trial. And that is a result of the money that this chapter and this room has raised over the last decade. It's remarkable. It's truly remarkable. So when the Economos family speaks during Fund a Cure, remember that. The money matters. It does, and it's meaningful, and it's making a difference, and it's going to continue to make a difference in all of our kids' lives and all of our loved ones with type 1. It just does. I want to thank my parents. I don't want to turn this into an Oscar speech with the music coming in, but my parents, as Bruce noted, and I'm glad he did, have done as much as we have and are sort of in the shadows here tonight, literally right now. But they have hosted their own events down in West Point, Georgia, where I grew up. They have done the walks and raised the awareness. And my mom wrote children's books and gave all the money to JDRF, and just whatever they could do over the entire time, they have been all in, and we are eternally grateful for that. We really are. And I want to thank my wife. We're in this together, and we don't have the conversations about how difficult it is and what each one of us is doing, because when you have a type 1 child, much less 2 type 1 children, you are in the throes of it every minute of every hour of every day, always. But it does not go unnoticed what you have given up to care for our boys. And it does not go unnoticed what you do. Thank you. And finally, I just want to recognize the 2 people that really deserve all the recognition, which is our boys, Gavin and Leah. We are so proud of how they handle it, like all type 1 children. They handle the disease a lot better than we as adults would handle it. And they do it with courage and bravery. And I just want to tell both of you, I'm just as proud of you as I could possibly be. And so is your mom. So thank you again. It's a huge honor, and we're looking forward to a very big evening tonight. So thank you again.